been married for more than 20 years. We experienced normal marriage problems like most people, but got involved at work with somebody, a coworker, and have had a very difficult time dealing with those emotions, making probably negative emotional decisions, and that's drawn me away from being the best husband and father, and I don't like it.
Tell me about the involvement. How long you've been? Are you having an affair? You're just like the attention from somebody?
Well,
Have you been sleeping with this person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
For how long?
So it started out several years ago. It's been like 8 years now.
8? So the better part of a decade.
Almost, yeah.
Okay, so you've been having this affair with this other person for almost as long as halfway, as long as like 50% of your marriage. You've had somebody else.
Yeah, not quite, but yeah.
Okay, how can I help you?
So I've been talking to a therapist on the side for about 3 months, and I don't want to go through divorce. Never planned this.
Bro, hold on. This isn't a one-night stand. This is an 8-year-long sexual and emotional affair. You're talking about this like it just happened, like you're on a work trip and you had too many drinks and it happened. Help me with this.
Yep. Well, it definitely happened. So we were working together for a while and a couple of years before anything transpired. And she kind of like expressed to me, we were actually the times when I came by the desk, like I couldn't do that. I couldn't come, and I'm kind of her supervisor, and when I'd come and look at stuff, she got physically changed, I guess, warm and flustered. Maybe it's love, whatever the feeling is. And she basically told me without telling me that she was interested. It's like, I can't handle it when you come by. And
so one of your employees 8 years ago said, "Hey, it makes me feel uncomfortable when you come by."
I should have replaced her. Yep.
And you were like,
I didn't.
You know what? We should probably sleep together.
No.
Or we should go out for coffee, or I have feelings for you too, or whatever happened.
Yes.
All right, but even the way you're telling that story, it's like it happened like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So why are you still married?
That's the question I've wrestled with. So like, I've been unhappy. And the large majority was probably just the butting heads at home and what I felt was lack of respect at home, and kind of like when we had kids, they became the priority, and I was thrown aside, not entirely, but the feelings were lack of respect and arguing with me about parenting in front of our kids. And so the kids start to argue with the parents, and suddenly I look like a bad guy or the wrong guy, and we were not on the same page. And we tried to counsel around this same time that happened, finding out your different value systems. And we started counseling back then. She had suspected, just because we work in a smaller office, so she kind of like said, "I bet you look at her and want to boom." And I'm like, "No, never. That hadn't crossed my mind before." Until she said that, and then.
Oh, you're gonna blame your wife for this too? All right, I've been telling you about Cozy Earth for a long time now. Cozy Earth has so many products that my family and I love because Cozy Earth gives you the kind of comfort that makes coming home a reason to drop your shoulders and even celebrate. All of Cozy Earth's gear is breathable and cozy, just like the name says. And as always, Cozy Earth stands by their products. You can check them out, you can try them out, and if you don't love them, you can return them hassle-free. Go to cozyearth.com/Delony and use code Delony for an incredible offer just for my audience. Oh, you're gonna blame your wife for this too?
No. I'm not trying. I guess there's that potential in any situation. I'm not saying she's wrong for thinking that, but I was shocked when she had said that, because that's not at all how I felt. I always guarded my thoughts. I always tried to submit those to Christ and have, not have to deal with that.
Okay.
Okay.
But you're there. You're here.
We're there, and it's
hold on. I can't help but feel there's a disassociation from reality. Okay? I don't know a marriage, none, zero. I don't know a marriage that when kids start coming along, that there's not tension.
Mm-hmm.
And that there is a need to figure out a new way to communicate. New values emerge that we didn't even know we had. This is a big deal to me. This is not a big deal to me. And that's par and course for marriage. Is par and course for having kids. And I applaud y'all for going to therapy, for counseling, try to figure out a new way. So I'll take your word for it. That your wife just said, I don't care what you feel. I don't care what you think. I'm going to treat you like crap. I'm going to not care about you at all, which, by the way, I don't believe, but I'm going to take your full word for that. I'm going to treat you like crap, husband. I'm not going to care about you. I'm not going to respect you. I'm not going to love you. I'm just going to care about these kids. And still, you chose to sleep with one of your employees for the better part of 10 years. You have agency. You've always had agency. And so we're here now on this call. Tell me about how I can help you with the call. Are you wrestling with staying in your marriage? Are you wrestling with, like, what do you, how can I help you, man?
Well, there's a lot of naturally of potential shame. I don't want to drag through a divorce, and my kids are super important. It's super important for me to be there with them in the mornings, taking them to school, and
I know, but you should have been through that 8 years ago, dude. Here's the deal: you've burned your house down, and you're trying to tell me, like, I want to keep the upstairs, and I want to keep the couches. All of that is gone now. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, how long are you going to live a life where you can't even look yourself in the mirror?
Right.
Because I hear that on you, dude. I hear it. I'm trying to be compassionate. I hear it.
So I've driven myself to this point, and the heaviness is just overwhelming.
Why now? What got you here? Are you about to be found out? Are you, like,
no?
Why here?
No,
why now? By the way, your wife knows. She 100% knows. You don't think so?
I don't. Seemingly not, but I mean, maybe she does. I've heard you tell that to other people as well, and I'm just trying to minimize destruction.
It's gone. It's already gone. It's gone, brother.
Okay.
It's gone. It's gone. That's the fantasy part of this, that you are in control of this. You're not.
Right. We're not.
It's gone. The only thing you can do now is the next right thing, which is to, for the first time in a long time, be a person of 100% integrity. What's the next right move?
Stopping what I'm doing.
Okay. By the way, that will come with multiple lines of consequences. It may end in the loss of your business. It may end in a lawsuit at work. It may end in loss of your marriage. It may end in all of it. And that won't make it not the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a way where these planes land. And I know you've been trying to air traffic control them all, dude. They're going to crash. I'm telling you, man. I've just been doing this too long.
Mm-hmm. That's what I feel.
Aren't you
I know
tired?
that ultimate end.
Aren't you tired?
Yeah. Yeah. It was amazing and exciting as it's happening. And then you just realize what you just said. It's going to crash. And I'm not trying to be a bad person. And if things don't change, I guess, and I number one, I'm okay with ending it and moving on. But then what about my marriage? Is it too long gone? Did people recover
Listen,
from these
brother,
kind of things?
I'll say it one more time. The marriage you have is over. The best shot you have, if you want to keep that charade going, is to exhale and to put everything on the table. And maybe your wife will choose to rebuild something new with you. But your marriage hasn't been what you project to the world for 10 years. And by the way, it started falling apart before you started sleeping with one of your employees.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Who is this? Tell me about this woman who's gone 8 years being the other woman. Is she content in that role? Has she been asking you to leave your wife for years? Like, even that arrangement is strange.
She's married too and unhappy. And so talking about those things is what led to this. And of course,
so there's two families that are going to be blown up over this.
Right. And that's what I've been telling her and trying to basically get out without hurting. You can't get out without hurting people. But why hasn't she, my therapist has said the same thing. Why hasn't she left her marriage? Because she's, for whatever reason, either just waiting on you or she's not serious. Like, she's not seriously in love. It's not love. It's something else.
Trying to get in her head and decide why she's doing what she's doing is a waste of your time and energy.
Mm-hmm.
Building a life with somebody who also lacks that much integrity is a fool's errand. It feels to me like the right thing to do is not for you to go fire somebody, but for you to leave. And you to say, I'm starting over. Because I've burned this whole thing to the ground. How are any of your other employees going to trust you? How are your customers going to trust you? If you can keep an ongoing deception for 8 years from the person you said till death do us part, no customers can trust. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get that you get the depth of the mess you're in. Or maybe you do, and it's just saying it out loud is so scary.
Totally.
So what does it look like? What's your next move?
I don't know. That's why I'm calling.
What's your counselor been telling you? What have you been seeing a counselor for depression or anxiety? Have you been seeing a counselor for what to do?
This. Yep. He said as quickly as I can end it to do it if it's next Monday. That's.
And you've been seeing this person for multiple months, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So you haven't taken that professional's advice that you're paying. Where are you going to take mine? I'm just some Yahoo on the internets, man. Like, I think you need to have a conversation with your wife today. And at some point, I don't think you fire that person or you separate from that person. I think you leave your job. I think you got to close up shop. I don't know what your profession is, and if you're a boss or if you're just a mid-level manager. I don't know the arrangement, what you got. But I think the Integris thing is for you to leave. You've been in a power position over this employee for 8 years. That's not going to read well in the deposition, my brother. Not to mention her feeling man, what am I supposed to do? Lose my job too?
Right.
Forget the legal side of it. Just like when your boss says, hey, you want to come over? Or you want to meet at a hotel or whatever. Those text messages in black and white don't read well, man. You go with what your therapist said. He's been working with you for months now. I think the first conversation begins with your wife. Or the first conversation begins with you submitting your resignation for wherever it is you work. And you going home and telling your wife, here we go. Here's everything. And she may get on the phone and call this other woman's husband. She may march down to, who knows? You can't control what happens next. And I think this illusion of control and you balancing all these spinning plates, it's made you have to detach from reality, from the amount of pain you're about to go through, and more importantly, the amount of pain you put so many other people through by your choices and your actions. And the other employees in this office, the customers that you serve, everybody. But the only person you can control right now is you. And doing the next right, Integris thing. That's my call for you, brother. And I won't give up on you. I'll be here if you want to call me back after it all goes down. I'll love to take that call. And I'll sit here with you. It's your move, man. It's your move.